So for individuals who are in the early stages, you might want to increase the intensity of this workout by also adding a stability cushion that looks like this. Purchase one on Amazon. What this will do is this will increase the work in your abdominal wall. And so if you're in the early stages, you'll probably be fine to do this. And this is just a way to make sure you're also engaging the internal obliques, the TVA, the deepest layer of your core. But what I will say is when you put this stability disc on a chair, make sure your feet aren't dangling in the air. So for me, in this chair, I would need to put 2 yoga blocks under my feet. And I would have to do that for all exercises so that my feet are not hovering and I have that stability. Remember, your thighs, when you're seated, shouldn't be above the bony protrusions of your hips. They should be slightly below. And you want your ankles tracking under your knees and your feet solidly planted, perfectly parallel. Add this disc for any of the levels if you see fit. Let's grab our blue loop band, bringing it around our wrists, crossing our right leg behind our left. Inhale, float the arms up above the head. Plug the shoulders down, side bending to your left in the direction of your front leg, bending the body. And inhale, floating it back to center. Notice that I'm not straightening and bending my knees. I'm staying nice and soft in the knees, neutral pelvis, so somewhere between arching and rounding the low back. Belly is firm. Gaze is a little higher than eye level, even as I bend and lift. Another thing to think about is a little pulling out action on that band to engage the upper back. If you feel pain in the front of the shoulders when you do this, perhaps this band and this progression is too hard, and you can go back to the red loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. Keep going here, exhaling to bend from your side body, inhaling to lift. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling to bend. 2, 3, 4. Inhaling to lift. 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. With each inhale, I feel my pelvis grounding down. With each exhale, my inner thighs pull back. Keep that going. And let's lower the arms, switching the cross of the legs, bending the knees, neutralizing the pelvis. Inhale, feel the pelvis ground down. Exhale, feel your inner thighs pull back a little. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale, now bending to the right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, up. 2, 3, 4. Again, stay low in your legs. Keep going. Keep the bend in the knees, the neutral pelvis, no rounding. Plug the shoulders down the back. Gaze is soft. Front ribs are trying to reach through your body towards your back body. Back ribs are pressing towards imaginary hands on your shoulder blades. Finding your upper back will help take some of the pressure off your chest and neck. We want to use that upper back more efficiently. And today we're going to learn a lot of exercises and work through level 5 progressions, strengthening the back, abs, and entire body to combat Parkinson's. Finish up your last set. Pick up your purple loop band, and let's come over to the chair. Now, we're going to do some single leg marching, alternating sides, bringing the purple loop band around the ankles like so. Now, if you find that this progression is too much and you feel like you're straining, you can go back to level 4's blue loop band. Now, I don't have Parkinson's or flat back posture, so I'm taking this band off, but you're going to keep it on. Now, we're going to bring our head into our hands, leaning it back into the hands, and we're going to start a slow march. Inhale, lifting one thigh up, flexing the toes, and exhale, lowering it down slowly, alternating sides. And as you do this, think about tipping your tailbone back and only lifting the thigh as high as you can maintain that neutral pelvis. I'll keep reminding you of this throughout our work today because rounding your low back puts pressure, excessive pressure on the low back, and we don't want this. We don't want to reinforce poor alignment and posture. We're going to tip our tailbone back, finding somewhere between an arch and a rounded position. lifting our thigh only as high as we can maintain that position. We're still alternating. We've got our head leaning back into the hands, our elbows wide, our shoulders plugged down. And now where is your upper back now in space? Are you pushing the rib cage forward and disengaging? Are the shoulder blades fighting to find one another, pulling together? Engaging your shoulder blade anchor, plugging the shoulders down the back. Another 20 seconds here. Inhale to lift, 2, 3. Exhale to lower, 2, 3. Keep that going. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Exhale, lower, 2, 3. Nice, steady tempo. Imagine my hands on your shoulder blades. Keep fighting for the back ribs to reach to those hands, pulling the navel in towards the spine. And we're going to now grab our blue loop band and our 3 and 5 pound weight in the YouniquelyFit kit. So with the blue loop band, we're going to place that around the ankles. Since we'll be holding a little longer, I want to take the level down a bit. So blue loop band around your ankles and your 5 and 3 pound weight. Start with the weight in the dominant hand and the blue loop band around your ankles. It looks like this. I'm going to take the band off since this isn't good for my posture. You'll keep it on. We'll be lifting the thigh and taking your arm up to a V. Elbow points out to the side, then the forearm lifts. If you notice the front of the shoulder painting, you may not be ready for the 8 pound weight lift. This PNF, or as we call it in Pilates, pull the sword out like Peter Pan. As I lift up, I inhale. And my thigh lifts, but I don't round my low back. I keep a neutral pelvis. And I exhale, slowly lower. Take 4 counts to lift up. Inhale, 2, 3, flexing the toes of the foot that lifts. And as you lower, feeling your inner thighs pull back to the wall behind you, helping you to sit nice and upright on the top of your sits bones. Shoulders are plugged down. Gaze is soft. Collarbone is wide. Give me one more on this side. Up, 2, 3, 4. Lower, down, 2, 3, 4. Let's set up on the second side. So you should have that blue loop band around your ankles for your knee flexion. Passing those weights to the other side. And since this is probably your non-dominant hand, you may notice that this is a little heavy for this side if it's weaker than your dominant side. So if that's the case, you can always go back to the 5 pound weight. You don't want to feel pain in the front of the shoulder. Go ahead and get started. Inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4. Notice that the other hand is on my hip for stability. I'm feeling grounded through my pelvis on each inhale. I'm pulling back with my inner thighs to sit tall on my exhales. I'm reminding myself of those imaginary hands on my shoulder blades, trying to bring my back ribs into those hands. I'm lifting my chin. I'm keeping my gaze higher than eye level. Use that breath. Hear it. Last one. From here, we'll need our blue Theraband and our anti-burst ball. We're going to stand on the end of the blue Theraband, wrapping around the knuckles of our dominant hand with the thumb on the outside. Ball goes between the inner thighs. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the seat of the chair or towards the wall behind you. So you're nice and tall in the sits bones. From here, inhale, prepare, pelvis pulling down. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, add that loaded arm, framing the face, turning the head down, the chin down or up on the diagonal, whatever feels best on the neck. And then inhaling, back up to center. Exhale, we side bend. Inhale, we add the bottom arm. Exhale, we hold. Inhale, we come back up to center. So that's all it is. We bend, and as you bend, watch out for lifting the opposing hip. Make sure it stays grounded on that chair as if it's trying to pull down through the chair to the floor, lengthening and stretching the side body. And as you hold, those external obliques are recruiting, which will improve posture and help combat the forward lean. You've got another 10 seconds on this side. 5, 4, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Take a second to pass the band to the other hand, standing on the end of it, wrapping around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside. Make sure you haven't gotten into a slouching position. So sit up tall on your sits bones. Inhale, pelvis grounds down towards the floor. Exhale, inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the wall behind you. And inhale, grounding. Exhale, side bending. Inhale, add the loaded arm. Exhale the air out. And inhale yourself back up to center. So continue on. I'll count your breath this time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, add the arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back up to center. Keep that going. Exhale, bend. Inhale, add the arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, back up to center. And one more time. Exhale, side bending. Inhale, add the arm. Think about the back ribs reaching for imaginary hands on your shoulder blades. And inhale yourself back up to center. Setting the band to the side, keeping the ball between the inner thighs, hands to the belly. 3 diaphragmatic breaths, pushing the belly out to relax the nervous system and then letting it relax in on your exhales. So inhale, we push the belly out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, we let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, push it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. We'll grab our blue Theraband and we can keep our anti-burst ball between our inner thighs, or we can sit with our legs together. We're going to we'll hold the Theraband like we're holding a jump rope, wrapping the knuckles with the thumbs on the outside, and then bringing our arms up to 2 right angles. If you feel pain in the front of your shoulders, you're not ready for this progression, go back to our level 4 progression with the green Theraband. Holding those arms up, inhale, and exhale the elbow and tricep pulse, and we twist back. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower those arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Other side. Exhale, twist, stem, pulse. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower the arms. I want you to keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pulse, twist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Elbows as high as the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Are you painting in your neck? Lift your chin. Keep your gaze up higher than eye level. You have to actively plug your shoulders down here while simultaneously bringing the front ribs, breastbone, sternum towards the back body and imagining those hands on the shoulder blades pressing in. Your back ribs are pressing into those imaginary hands. So we puff up the upper back, stay engaged, don't over-recruit the front of the shoulder or pecs. When you start to feel the front of the shoulder, go back down to the green band. There's no shame in this. You want to build strength. You don't want to use momentum because that's how you can injure yourself, and it doesn't give you the benefits that strength will give you. So you have another minute here. Option to take a few shoulder rolls if you're feeling fatigued. Otherwise, continue on. You get the lowering in between sets, so hopefully that's enough time to recover so that the quality of movement doesn't suffer. This is a heavier band, a much more challenging variation, but as those elbows go up, soften the sternum inward. Pull those low abs in towards the spine. Lift in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. Let's get together for the final couple of sets. So lower the arms wherever you are. Inhale. Pelvis grounds down as the arms come up. Exhale, twisting right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, pelvis grounds down, arms come up. Exhale, twist. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, center. And exhale, lower those arms. Okay, from here, we'll need our 3 and 5 pound weight, and we'll keep our anti-burst ball. If you don't have it, place it between your inner thighs. Hold the weights in your dominant hand, other hand to the hip. We'll do knee flexion without rounding the low back, pressing the weight up, and then lowering slowly down. And we'll twist towards the thigh we're lifting. So we inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4, twisting, exhale back to center and lower. 2, 3, 4. So a 4 count to go up and twist, a 4 count to center and lower. The legs shouldn't be lifting so high. It's more about squeezing in and pulling back with the inner thighs so that you're right on the top of your sits bones and your pelvis is in neutral. So if you are rounding your low back, you are using momentum or you're gripping in areas that we don't want to be gripping. So make sure you pull the belly in, lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, keep tipping the tailbone back using your breath. You're doing great work. Each exhale is an opportunity for the inner thighs to pull back a little bit more. Let's go ahead and switch sides, setting up on the second side. If at any time you need to lose the 3 pounds and just keep the 5 pounds, listen to your body. We don't want the front of the shoulder feeling it. You should feel it in the back of the shoulder. That torso twist is not from your pelvis, it's from your rib cage. You're engaging the deepest layer of your core by bracing the abs, pulling them in towards the spine and lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. You've got another 30 seconds here. Keep using the breath, keep coming back to the energy running through the body. Every inhale, as you do that overhead press, in opposition, the pelvis pulls down. Every exhale, the inner thighs squeeze in and pull back towards the wall behind you, helping you to maintain good posture and pelvic alignment. Watch out for the shoulders creeping or the chin dropping. Gaze is higher than eye level. Use that breath. Okay, from here, we can set the weight down, grab our purple loop band. Now, this progression is one of the hardest ones in our level 5 Parkinson's, so feel free to go back to the blue loop band if you need it. Bringing it around your wrists, either around with the palms facing up or facing one another. Unilateral, which means single arm, external rotator cuff with side bending. It'll look like this. So we're going to bend 2, 3 on the exhale, inhale, lift, 2, 3. Stay on one side, exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Feel your pelvis grounding down when you're lifting up. Feel your inner thighs pulling back as you pull down. Keep that going. And let's switch sides. It's a challenging one. No shame in going back to the blue band if you need to. Sit up tall, plug the shoulders down. Here we go. We pull out, 2, 3. Inhale, ground down to lift up, 2, 3. Exhale, pulling out, 2, 3. Inhale, grounding down, 2, 3. 2 more times. Exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. One more. Exhale, bend, 2, 3. Inhale, lift, 2, 3. Setting that band to the side. We'll now take our small anti-burst ball and bring our chair close to a wall for safety purposes. Let's place the ball between the inner thighs and the hands on the chair. Moving into our cow posture, lifting the chin and chest, head, and tailbone up to the sky, bracing the abs, holding it here for 6 full inhales and exhales. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, no movement. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. And inhale 6. Exhale 6. Begin moving through your cat and cow. Inhaling to arch the spine in our cow pose. Exhaling to tuck and round, gazing through the legs. Inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. Keep that going. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. And as you continue with this tempo, play around with circular motions of the spine, diagonal movements, just moving the upper part of the body or the lower part of the body and isometrically holding, which means stabilizing one area of the body. So do what feels nice. Get into those spots that are stiff, moving the body in a new way, circular, diagonal, or continue on with the cat and cows just for another 30 seconds here. Breathing, should feel nice. If the wrists get tired, take a seat in the chair and move right into your diaphragmatic breathing, hands to the belly. Just another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's find our way back to the chair with our small anti-burst ball. Seated in the chair, on the top of the sits bones, inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, feel your inner thighs pull back, hands to the hips or behind the head. Inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pull back. Now let's bring our hands to our belly for 3 deep inhales and exhales, pushing the belly out on our inhales and letting it fall back in towards the spine on the exhales. I'll count you. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. We're going to make our way over to a wall with our foam roller and our blue loop band. That's the blue loop band, and it's going to be around your ankles like this. So we'll be doing some knee flexion, which is marching. I'm going to take the band off since I do not have flat back or Parkinson's, and it's not good for my posture. But you'll keep it on the ankles. This will add some resistance for both the quadriceps and the hip flexors. Bringing the outside hand to the hip or behind the head, pinning the foam roller with the inside hand. Knuckles facing the roller, palm facing your face. Plug your shoulders down, and you're going to begin marching. The inside leg will lift up. 2, 3, 4, lower down. 2, 3, 4. And as it lifts, you neutralize the pelvis. You don't let your pelvis round under. You tip your tailbone back. You pull the belly in towards the spine. Your supporting leg, make sure that the leg is perfectly parallel and you're not turning the foot out or in. There's equal pressure between the heel and the toes and the inner and outer edge of the foot. It's not collapsing in or out. Equalize that pressure. There's a soft bend in the knees, or knee rather, deep bend in the lifted leg as you take it up. Dorsiflexion in the foot you're lifting. And the biggest component of this is the abs staying engaged, the belly pulling in, and you activating, tipping your tailbone back actively, that lower pelvic floor. So to do that, the belly has to be in, and then you have to lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee. If you get tired, you can always take a pause, but keep going. You've got another 20 seconds on this side. If you can do it, hang in there. If the blue loop band becomes too much, take it back to level 4's red loop band around the ankles. Just 10 seconds to go. You should be going slowly up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Let's turn around to the other side, still keeping that blue loop band, or if you took it down a notch, the red loop band around your ankles, pinning the foam roller with the other hand, knuckles facing the roller, palm facing the face, plugging the shoulders down. Don't start quite yet. Bend both knees, feet hip distance apart. Equalize the pressure between the toes and the heels, the inner and outer edges of the feet. Pull the belly in. Lift up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, and inhale. Take that inside thigh up. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower it. 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. Take it up. 2, 3, 4. Lower it down. 2, 3, 4. Using the breath. Keeping the gaze higher than eye level. Widen the collarbone. Try and pull those shoulder blades together, plugging the shoulders down the back, really relaxing the facial muscles as much as you're able to. Imagining my hands on your shoulder blades, bringing the back ribs towards my hands. Only lifting the thigh as high as you can, not round your low back. Don't lock out in your supporting knee. No pressure on the knee joints. Counting you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Setting that blue loop band you had around your ankles to the side, as well as the foam roller. From here, We'll stay by a wall, bar, or counter for safety purposes. We're going to do a super, super slow march. Arms will swing now as they would if you were marching quickly normally. And you're still going to dorsiflex the foot you lift. And you're going to lift your legs so slowly that it might, I just want to make sure that because it's so slow, you don't overlift to the point where your low back rounds. So we're still going to go for that neutral pelvis, abs engaged, chin up, and eyes a little higher than eye level at all times. 7 counts to go up, 7 counts to go down. Soft bend in the knees before we start. Here we go. Inhale, lift one leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, we lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side lifts up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't drop your gaze, lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alternating sides, pelvis pulls down as the thigh goes up. And it lowers it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time, lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. Option to step forward or backwards or sideways or diagonal through space onto the leg, challenging the balance. As you begin lifting the thigh, only do what you're comfortable with and what is safe for your body today. And remember, 7 counts up and 7 counts down. Your chin is lifted. You are imagining those hands on the shoulder blades. Back ribs are pushing into them. Belly's firming in towards the spine. You're really lifting up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, neutralizing your pelvis, tipping that tailbone back. All these checkpoints I will continue to remind you of because we lose track of those as we're doing our exercising and working. One more breath here. We're now going to come back to our chair, bringing our yellow Theraband and our anti-burst ball. I'd like you, actually, we'll do that in a second. We're going to do some hip circles first by the wall. So let's stand by the wall and one hand on the wall, bar, or counter. Slow 7 count to lift the thigh up, externally rotating it. Take it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Super slow, still recruiting the hip flexors and quadriceps. Lower it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, inhale, lift up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. Inhale, lift. 2, soft bend in the supporting knee. Belly firm. Neutral pelvis. And let's turn ourselves around to the other side. Don't begin quite yet. Both feet hip distance apart and parallel. Soft bend in the knees. Equal pressure between the heels and the toes, the inner and outer edge. Inhale. And now we begin lifting up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Super slow. Take it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lowering it down. And that circle is going away from the body. Notice that I'm doing external, not towards the body. You'll feel the quads and hip flexors recruiting. Don't overlift the leg. Keep going. So when I say don't overlift, I mean don't hike your hips. Your hips should be square like headlights to the wall in front of you. And this side knee flexion or hip circle, it goes from forward knee flexion to the side knee flexion, both of which are exercises we will do to strengthen your quadriceps and hip flexors throughout our work today. Keep going. Make this one your last one. And now, after this one, you can grab your yellow Theraband, and your anti-burst ball, coming to sit. Ball goes between the inner thighs. Hold the end of the Theraband in each hand, like you were holding a jump rope, and throw the center of the band over your back, right over your shoulder blades, taking it under the armpits, wrapping around the knuckles with the thumbs on the outside. This light band is here as a gentle reminder for the front ribs to reach for the back ribs and for the back ribs to press into that band, engaging your upper back, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, squeezing in on the ball, inner thighs pulled back. Lifting one thigh and extending the shin, dorsiflexing the foot, and then lowering it down slowly. Alternating sides, inhale, lift, extension. Exhale, bend at the knee, and lower. Only lift the thigh as high as you're able to maintain that neutral pelvis. This is an easy exercise to lift the thigh and round and slouch. We don't want to reinforce that rounding in the low back. So be honest with yourself. Pelvis grounding down, tip it back a little bit, lift the thigh only as high as you maintain the neutral pelvis. Belly is firm. You're alternating sides, staying with that breath, reminding the front ribs to reach for the back ribs and the back ribs to press into that band. Chin up, gaze higher than eye level. Finish up your last one. Great job. Grab your purple loop band. We're going to be doing some footwork. If this band feels too heavy, you can always go back to the blue loop band in the YouniquelyFit kit. We're going to sit cross-legged, bringing the band around our metatarsals for inversion footwork, working those medial intrinsic muscles of the feet to combat subtle supination that we see with flat back posture. So as you're working, the foot's going to go in, 2, 3, and then it's going to go back to parallel, 2, 3. And when I say in, I mean in towards the center line of the body. So you want that band around the bone of the big toe so that from the ankle joint you can move the foot. Make sure you're not gripping in the thigh, pulling on the knee, or at the front of the hip, the groin area, hip flexor. Those muscles do not need to work. This is ankle mobility, and this is your little intrinsic muscles of your feet that we're trying to fire for proprioception and balance. So keep going here. Use that breath. Another 10 seconds, sitting up nice and tall on your inhales, pulling your inner thighs back on your exhales to feel those sits bones grounding you into the chair. And let's go ahead and switch the band on the metatarsals to work the other side. Sitting cross-legged, if you have a friend or family member handy, they can hold the band for you, coming down to their knees if sitting cross-legged is not easy for you, and you can do it with your legs just down. So a couple different options. But this is a way to do it on your own time. Keep going. This is one where I see people slouch a lot because they're focusing on the foot, they're looking down, but you don't need to look down. Your foot knows how to pull in and go back to parallel. It's a very simple movement, but it's what's driving that movement. It's where you're driving from. So don't squeeze the quadriceps, that's the front of the thigh, or the groin, the hip flexor area. Don't turn your knee. The movement is from the ankle joint. Finish up the one you're on, and then we can take that band off. And we're going to grab our black Theraband. That's the black Theraband in the YouniquelyFit kit. Now, if you feel the front of the shoulder, this is quite a progression. Go back to the blue band. I find that this is one of the hardest progressions for level 5. So with the black band, we'll stand on the end of it with the excess medially in a staggered stance. You can start with it in your dominant arm just because it'll be stronger and more able to do this exercise. So as we begin, let's actually come to the wall just to stretch the front of the shoulder, just in case your shoulders are tight since this band is so heavy. So bring your arm to a T, twist away from that arm, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, float the arm up a little higher towards a V. Exhale 2, keep a micro bend in the elbow. Inhale 3. And exhale 3. Let's switch sides. Just opening it up so that we don't run the risk of pulling anything since that black band is so heavy. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1 on the other side. Inhale 2. exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3 from here. Now we'll stand on the end of that black band, holding the excess, wrapping around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside with our dominant arm. Staggered stance. Inhale, we shift the weight solely to the front leg as we take the arm up into that V. And exhale, we shift back to 2 legs as we lower the arm down. So within 1 to 2 reps, you're going to know if this band is too heavy and you're feeling the front of the shoulder. Go back to the blue band. As I said, this is one of the harder progressions. Keep going. Keep breathing. So it should take about 4 to 6 to even 8 counts to get that arm up to move slow enough to not aggravate the shoulder. You want to work from your upper back, which is why I keep emphasizing neutral pelvis, back ribs reaching for the imaginary hands on your shoulder blades. This will get you into your back body. This will get you recruiting that area versus the front of the shoulder that's overactive and pulling you into that forward lean. Okay, one more on this side. And then I'd like you to switch sides. So the weight shift is also a really good thing to work on with Parkinson's because of the shuffling of the feet and the tendency towards falling forward. So getting used to being upright. Watch out for the torso pitching as you shift forward. You can keep your torso lifted and balance on one leg. Make sure the leg you're balancing on the knee is soft. You should have begun on the second side after you've wrapped around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside. And perhaps your non-dominant arm is quite weaker and you do need to go down to the blue band on this side. Please listen to your body. Be where you are today. Shoulders plugged down, chin lifted, gaze soft. Always reminding yourself, especially when we're doing arm work that goes above the head, of the back helping, the back doing the work. The back ribs reaching for those imaginary hands on the shoulder blades, the shoulders plugging down, the chin staying lifted, the gaze staying higher than eye level. All of these things will serve you for better alignment, posture, and recruitment of the muscles we're targeting. Keep breathing. Okay, we're going to let that go. Set that heavy band to the side and pick up your yellow Theraband, your lightest band. And I want you to bring the purple loop band around your ankles. The purple loop band around the ankles, and we're going to throw the yellow Theraband around the center of the back, taking it under the armpits, wrapping it around our knuckles with the thumbs on the outside, palms facing up. Should look like this. Now, we're going to move side to side in the frontal plane to balance. Now, I don't have Parkinson's flat back, so I'm taking the band off, but you please keep the loop band on for that extra resistance. If it is too much, you can go down to level 4's blue loop band. Okay, so I'm going to step to balance. My outside leg will come to knee flexion. My front ribs will reach for that band that's behind me so that my upper back stays engaged. I'll only lift the thigh as high as I can, neutralize my pelvis. So I'm not rounding my low back. I'm tipping the tailbone back. Okay, let's do it together. Stepping through space to a single leg balance, holding. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And let's repeat. Again, traveling through space towards the wall onto a parallel leg, hold it up. I'm going to give you some checkpoints. Make sure you're not rolling in or out on the foot or all the weight isn't forward in the toes or heels. Is your torso completely upright? Is your belly in? Neutralize the pelvis somewhere between arching and rounding. Widen the collarbone. Bring the back ribs towards that band that's behind the shoulder blades. Okay, let's turn around and repeat on the second side. Stepping through space, find it, hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And one more time. Traveling through space, find that knee flexion, find the front ribs reaching for the back ribs pressing into that band, the shoulders plugged down, the gaze higher than eye level, the belly firm, the neutral pelvis. Okay, let it all go. Grab your chair and we'll keep the yellow Theraband actually. We're going to do a chair hamstring stretch. So holding onto the wall for safety purposes, bringing the yellow band around the arch of the foot, using it as a little assistance. Bend your supporting knee. Arch your low back, pulling the abs in, hinging from the hips forward to stretch out that hamstring. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. And inhale 6. Exhale 6. From here, slowly taking that leg down, and we'll switch sides, bringing the foot up on the chair, tipping the tailbone back, softly bending the supporting knee, pulling the abdomen in. We'll hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Hang in there. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Slowly bringing that leg off the chair. And you can set the chair to the side as well as all the props. Coming back over to your wall. Roll those shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's bring our arm into a cactus position, twisting away from it. Dominant arm first. Just 3 breaths to release before we begin this squat and upper body work with a heavy band. Hold here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2, soft knees. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, neutral pelvis. Exhale 3. And slowly twist back to the wall, switching sides. So make sure you're leaning forward a little bit. Just want to release these muscles before we begin some strength work. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Picking up our black Theraband. Standing by the wall profile if you have poor balance. Standing facing me if not. So we're going to pull out on this black Theraband. And if you feel pain in the front of the shoulders when you do this, go back to the blue band in the YouniquelyFit kit. As we pull down, we'll sit back into a sumo squat without the torso going forward. So it looks more like a ballet second plie than it does, well, a sumo squat. Upper back needs to be upright. I don't want any lean forward. Pull the abs in, neutralize your pelvis. Shift from your right leg to your left leg, back to 2, and stand up tall. That's all it is. When you stand up, please do not lock the knees out. You can slacken in on the band. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back. You shift right and left. You come center. You stand and the band slackens. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back. Shift right and left. Come center. Inhale, stand. Exhale, sit back. Shift right and left. Dorsiflexing the foot as you lift it up center. Inhale, ground as you come up. Don't lock the knees out. Slacken in on the band. Keep going like that for another 30 seconds. So still just going right and then left, because on our second set, we will switch it to left and right. But for now, keep it right and left. And you don't have to lift the thigh high. It's more about, can you lift your abs so much that your pelvis doesn't tuck under when you lift the leg? Can you keep your gaze up a little higher than eye level? Can you remember the upper back's engagement? The back ribs reaching for imaginary hands on the shoulder blades. Shoulders plugged down. Okay, let's let that go. And we're going to grab our black, we'll keep the black Theraband and come over to the wall, wrapping from the ends of it. Now, most likely, this could be too heavy. However, it depends on your body and strength. Most people will want to switch back to the blue band for this, but let's, give it a go. Wall imprint diamond, wrapping from the ends of the band around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside. Imprinting your upper back, mid back, tailbone, head, forearms, wrists, back of the shoulders. Fighting for that imprint, breathing into that imprint. It's just another chance to open the front body and strengthen the back body. Now, slowly on a 6 count, we inhale to prepare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly with our dominant arm, we pull down into our chicken wing position. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, we lift it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is too heavy, go ahead and switch to the blue band. If not, you can continue taking it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And lifting it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have another 20 seconds here. If you're finding the band to be too much, you can just hold the imprint. That's another variation that will activate the back as well, but not pull on the front of the shoulder. But I'd encourage you to find the resistance that you can do and still feel the back engaging. This mimics a lat pull down, counting you down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking that black band if that's what you were using for your sumo squats for the second set. If you went down to the blue, grab the blue. Coming into our wide second position with subtle external rotation, turning out from the hips. We inhale, feeling the pelvis ground down. Exhale, inner thighs pull us back. We shift from our left leg to our right leg, back to center. We stand up, slackening in on the band without locking the knees. Again, exhale, we sit back, pulling out, shifting left and right, back to center and up. Keep that going. Give me 4 more sets. Exhale, sit back, shift left, right, center. Inhale, stand up. Don't lock the knees at the top. 3 more sets. Using your breath, I'm going to remind you of those checkpoints. If you're feeling knee pain, you could be leaning forward. You could be rolling in or out on the feet. Make sure that the feet are equally working, both the inner and outer edge, heel, and metatarsals. Don't overturn out. There's no need to turn out so much from the hips that the knees track inward, or they're not tracking right over your second and third metatarsals, which is the ideal tracking for this exercise. Good. You should be nearing the finish line. I want you to finish up your last set, and we'll set that black Theraband to the side and pick up our purple loop band. Bringing the purple loop band around our ankles like so. Looks like this. I don't have flat back or Parkinson's, so I'm not going to keep this on, but take a look at it. Purple loop band. Please keep it on. If you find it to be too much and you're not ready for this progression, go back down to the blue loop band. Take your hands behind your head. Face me at 12 o'clock. We're going to turn onto one leg, coming to 3 o'clock, bringing the outside leg into side knee flexion. So not forward, but to the side like a detached tree pose, flexing the toes. Only lift the thigh as high as you can keep a neutral pelvis. Let's do it together. Quarter turn, 3 breath hold. If you can't hold the leg up, you can tap the toe down, lifting the thigh up and down on the breath. I'll show you that variation on this first set. So either hold it still or do the variation I'm doing. Quarter turn, find it, and I tap down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift up. Let's repeat again on this side. Quarter turn to balance, find it. This time I'll isometrically hold. You can lower and lift if you liked that variation. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3, turning back to 12 o'clock. Now we're moving to 9 o'clock. Quarter turn, find it. Hold, side knee flexion, dorsiflexed foot. Don't overlift the thigh. Neutral pelvis. Gaze up. Imaginary hands on the shoulder blades. Puff the back ribs towards those hands. Plug the shoulders down. Firm the belly. Okay, final set. Start at 12. Quarter turn onto one foot. This is for injury prevention. Find it. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And we can set that purple band that's around your ankles, or blue band if you switch to the side. Turn and face your wall, bringing your dominant arm into a high V. Twisting away from it. Stepping the same leg as that arm, same side of the body, back for a calf stretch. So coming into a nice reverse lunge, deeply bending the front knee, pulling the core in, not dropping the torso forward, but keeping it upright. So make sure that the back foot isn't turning out and the whole foot isn't grounded, that the back heel is popped up so that you're getting into the calf complex. Driving the pelvis forward, deepening the bend in the front knee without leaning forward. Neutral pelvis, abs firm, gaze higher than eye level. The torso twists away from the wall, but the pelvis stays square to the wall that's in front of it. You're standing profile to me. So there's rotation from the rib cage, but the pelvis is driving forward. Abs are in. Calf is stretching. Give me 2 more full inhales and exhales here. And then I'd like you to turn around and I'll have you repeat this stretch on your other side. All right, go ahead and turn around slowly. Find your wall V without locking out in the elbow. And as you walk the leg back, same side of the body, that inside leg, just be careful of the arm. Don't pull on it. Don't jerk on it. Just go slow. And then remember the rotation of the torso is from the rib cage, not from the pelvis. The pelvis is square to the wall in front of you. Your profile to me, your lower body is isometrically held. The front knee is deeply bending. The back heel's off because you're stretching out those posturally tight calves that need a full minute. Using the breath to go deeper into the posture. Hang in there. Keep lifting in and up on the muscles that stop your stream of pee, fogging a mirror with each exhale. One more breath here. Slowly turning around to face the wall. Great job. Let's grab our black Theraband. We're going to tie it 1/4 of the way into our roller. So I'm going to give you a second to do that. It's going to look like this, tying it 1/4 of the way into the roller. And then we'll bring our chair and our foam roller close to the wall. The foam roller goes against the wall. And whatever side the band is on, the chair will be on the other side slightly in front because you're going to come into a reverse lunge. It looks like this. I've wrapped the knuckles of the hand of the back leg around the knuckles with the thumb on the outside so that I can bring my arm up. My back heel is pinning the roller. My front leg, the knee is bent. I'm in a reverse lunge. Torso isn't pitching forward on a diagonal. It's completely upright. The chair is to the side of my front leg just in case I need to put that hand on it for stability. From here, staying low in the legs in my lunge to recruit the knee, to recruit the quadriceps. I was just thinking about the knees. Just make sure that you're not leaning forward because that's going to put pressure on the knees. So we're recruiting the front of the thigh, not putting pressure on the joint of the knee. So if we lean back a little bit, neutralize the pelvis and pull the core in, the knees will be safe. Slow punches of the arms, 4, 2, 3, 4, bringing it back, 2, 3, 4. And if this is too hard and you're feeling the front of the shoulder paining, you can take it back to the blue band tied to the roller. Pause me and adjust as needed, but everybody keep going if the black band is working. If the roller is popping up behind you, it means you're not sending energy through that back leg. That heel isn't pinning the roller. And that's going to mean the front leg is getting all the pressure, and that could be why you're feeling knee discomfort. So make sure you're pushing through the back leg, using those strong hamstrings and calves, grounding yourself, pulling the low abs in, and keep breathing here. Just another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's set up on the second side. Taking your time to set up. Now that you know the exercise, you have to flip the band, you have to you have to flip the roller, wrapping it around the knuckles, thumb on the outside, turning the chair to the other side just for safety purposes. Plugging the shoulders down, pulling the belly in towards the spine, keeping that torso from pitching forward. We don't want that forward lean. Keep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. So we inhale, we punch. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bending the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend. 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Good. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay low. Use those abs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. From here, Go ahead and set the props to the side and pick up your 3 and 5 pound weight, and also bring your orange loop band around your ankles. So with the orange loop band around the ankles, I would like you to begin marching slowly forward and back. Do this by a wall for safety purposes, and you're going to keep the 8 pounds, all the weight, in your non-dominant arm. Okay, now if this is too much on the shoulders, you can go back to level 4's variation, which is the 5 pound weight in your non-dominant hand and the 3 pound in your dominant hand. Okay, so we're just trying to challenge the balance, the internal obliques, the back of the non-dominant shoulder, and the orange loop band around the ankles. I'm not going to keep it there because I do not have your posture, but please keep it there. That's great for your quads and hip flexors. Remember to only lift the thigh as high as you can maintain neutral pelvis, somewhere between arching and rounding. Game of freeze goes like this. You start marching, I yell freeze, you find your perfect marching position. So even if the foot's down, bring whatever foot's closer to lifting up and find knee flexion, neutral pelvis, chin lifted, arms swinging isometrically held. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So remember, we're traveling forward and we're traveling back. Okay. So get going. Go at a nice slow tempo and freeze. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Begin again. Walking forward, marching forward, and marching backwards. Marching forward. Freeze. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Find that good position. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Now I want you traveling backwards if you haven't been for this. Freeze. Hold. Inhale 1. Breathe. Hang in there. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2, dorsiflex the foot. Inhale 3, pull the abs in, neutralize the pelvis. Exhale 3, traveling backwards. Travel backwards. And freeze. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. From here, let's go ahead and we're going to come back over for a second set of lunges using our roller, black Theraband, and our chair. Setting up on the first side. And once you're ready, here we go. Inhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend the elbow. Inhale, punch. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Go ahead and flip that roller around, move the chair to the other side, wrap around the knuckles, thumb on the outside, pin the roller with the back heel, step forward with the front leg, use the chair if you need to. Inhale, feel your pelvis grounding down. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back into that reverse lunge. And here we go. We punch. 2, 3, 4. We bring it in. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, we punch. 2, 3, 4. We bring it in. 2, 3, 4. 2 more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Shoulders plug down. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Belly firm. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Setting those props to the side. Grabbing a bolster, block, or book if your chair is not appropriate for your height and you need to put it under your front foot or under your pelvis when you're in a supported chair, so as lunge position, like so. So if the thigh is above the bony protrusion of your hip, you need to elevate the pelvis. If the foot is dangling, you need to put something under it so that it's grounded. Let's bring our outside arm up, plugging the shoulder down. Inhale. And exhale, side bending towards the chair to intensify the stretch and open up that side body. Take your hand to the shoulder and circle the elbow back for 10. Breathing 9 and 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Full arm circles with a little bend in the elbow, taking it back for 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly turning around using that bolster or book, book and bolster. Use one of those to set up and begin with lateral flexion, side bending towards the chair. Hold, inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale, pelvis grounds down. Exhale, inner thighs pulled back. Take the hand to the shoulder, circle it back for 10. And 9. Pull the abs in. 8. Stay grounded. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center your torso, ground your pelvis down. Inhale, full arm circles, take it up. Counting you down, and 4, and 3. Keep your focus up, and 2. And last one, 1. Grab your anti-burst ball, place it between your inner thighs, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, feel your pelvis ground down. Exhale, feel your inner thighs pull back to the wall behind you. Hands to the belly, 3 diaphragmatic breaths before we close our practice, pushing the belly out on the inhale, letting it fall in on the exhale. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Final set, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job.